Hello everybody, welcome back. My name is Eonshikeno. I'm going to cast a game on Lost Temple today on this wonderful, nice, shiny Saturday I've got down here. Hopefully it's nice where you're at. Anyway, let me introduce our players. We've got or actually not Mini, MinPrime, our blue Zerg player on the right side of the map. And on the left side of the map is, unfortunately, somebody named in the Korean language that I cannot read. So if somebody knows the name of this person, please write that in the comments so I can change the name of the video. And he's our red Terran player on the left side of the map. Standard builds for both players so far. We have cross map positions. MinPrime is going to slowly scout that Overlord. He'll probably move it over here to this high ground position to keep an eye on the expansion. And MinPrime looks like he's going to go for a 15 hatchery. Yep, looks like what he's going to go for. Yep, popping. Actually, that was a 14 hatchery. Actually, yeah, 14 hatchery, not a 15 hatchery. So going for a little bit faster. 15 is usually the conventional. But, yeah, our Terran player actually going for a really quick second supply depot for the command center. Usually get that after you upgrade to planetary. Actually, before you upgrade to an orbital. But, there he goes. There's the orbital morphing in. So, he just wanted to get that wall off for sure, it looked like, to stop that drone from scouting. And he's going to get a Marine out and stop that. So, unfortunately, the Zerg player's not going to see what's coming. We don't have any gas yet, so I'm expecting a rush strategy from our Terran player, or maybe like a fast expo strategy. So one of those two will probably be seeing. And MinPrime going with the more of a economic build, straight up off the get-go, getting that later pool. Hasn't started any gas yet, so it'll be a little bit before he actually starts showing us his tech pattern. And oh no, is he actually going to catch this Overlord? Wow, very nice job by this Terran player. I don't know if he's actually going to kill it. It's going to be pretty close, but he definitely was aware of that pathing. Knows the Overlord comes by here and bringing in a drone to try and fight off. But oh no, pulls the drone back just in time to save the drone. No, wait, another Marine shows up in time, kills the drone, and it looks like this Overlord does make it out with 92 lives. So that was intense there. So he sacrificed the drone to save the Overlord. He may be able to get this Overlord out of there alive, but that was like 5 or 6 hits, so that would have been still pretty close. But oh, we actually do have an orbital or a command center, being built. And another barracks, so going for a economic build, also fast expansion with that one barracks. And getting up a gas and some more supply depots, so all pretty standard so far. Our Terran player holding the Zelnaga tower at the front, and actually the Zerg player holding the bottom Zelnaga tower. And let's see, what has he got making? 2 queens going to pop out at the same time, so he's going to have all those injections lined up, which is really nice. I really like starting my injections at the same time, so that way you don't forget about one, and then one of your queens gets more energy than the other. It's just a pain in the ass. So gas is up and going, so as soon as we get 100 gas, we'll see if he's going to go for a metabolic boost or if he's going to go for a hatchery tech. More likely it's going to be a metabolic boost. 8 Marines coming out, pressuring with 3, or actually 8 Zerglings coming out, pressuring with 3 Marines. Got 1, wow, 1 kill already. 1 drone kill for 1 Marine kill and 1 Zergling kill. He's going to get a second one. Oh no, he doesn't get it, micros away just in time. And that was a little bit of pressure there early. He did cause a lot of these extra Zerglings to be made just because of that pressure, and he did get, I think it was, what, 1 drone kill and 1 Zergling kill. So that was about medium. It was an average push. It did force a lot of Zerglings, but we'll see how he transitions from these Zerglings into something else. Actually, there we just had that hatchery tech start. So already starting to tech. You're not really too worried about anything. He does have this Overlord. Oh man, he could totally snipe that Overlord right now if our Terran player was paying attention. And he's going to see it as soon as Orbital flies over it. He's going to see that, and let's see if he's actually paying attention to his minimap. He could go pick it off right now with those 3 Marines. And he doesn't see it yet. He's placing a bunker out front, and now he does see it, and you may get there in time. It's going to be really close. He's pulling another Marine up here to the high ground to try and get it. And that thing looks like it's going to pop in the sky. Boom! There it goes. Blood and guts raining from the sky. Queen, actually, is that his 3rd queen? Yes, it is. He's got his 3rd queen out, pumping creep tumors like nobody's business. That's going to be pretty good. You definitely want to have creep spread all over the place. And our Terran player trying to pull back to save that Marine before those Zerglings got in there, but it was too late. 1 bunker out, 2 bunkers out. You're going to start filling up those Marines. This is a pretty interesting place for the second bunker. I'm kind of surprised he didn't put it maybe up here just to protect this, but I don't know, interesting. Nonetheless, he can always just grab these SCVs, pull them back here, or pull them in this position to make it safer. But right now, our Zerg player does have map control, so it's going to allow him to do whatever he wants. Throwing up a macro hatchery in his base, so he may just see like a 2 base build from our Zerg player before he and not really even try to make another base. But he's sending a drone out. Where's he going with that? Don't see any buildings being placed, but it looks like he's going to go make another hatchery. So it's quite interesting. He's going to make a hatchery down here. It looks like he's going to make a hatchery. Yep. There it goes. Anytime now. Anytime now. There he goes. Another hatchery. So actually, no. Not going for a 2-base play. Going to play a little bit longer. But easily getting up this extra hatchery in his base for some extra larva production. Always a good thing. Got the Spire in the back, so we'll probably see some Muta play. And our Terran player getting quite a few Hellions out. 4 Hellions out. He's got two factories out. Is he getting Blue Flame? Ooh, okay. So we're going to have like a Marine Blue Flame Hellion push. Actually, Engineering Bay and Armory being placed. So I'm assuming this Armory is for Thor. He's probably going to start pumping some Thors out of here. Maybe go with like a Thor Hellion Marine push. Maybe, maybe not. Stim being researched. This 3rd base, 4th hatchery, is about halfway finished. And he's also building a Baneling's nest. Baneling nest. These Hellions are going to be able to do quite a bit of damage. They have the Blue Flame upgrade. Yeah, I think they actually do. And he's going to come in there and do quite a bit of damage. There's not too many units to stop him. He's going to have to block that ramp from with those Queens, because if those Hellions get inside his main base, that's going to be a problem. And those are going to start racking up the kills. Oh, there's so many Zerglings going to get roasted here. That's such a bad place to engage those Hellions. He's kind of forced to at this point. And those Hellions, 10 kills on that one. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Let's check to see if the economy was hurt that bad. So yeah, definitely behind in economy and lost a lot of Zerglings. Took a lot of damage from some of them, but I think that was definitely a worthwhile hit. It might have been better to only attack with a couple of them, or I don't know, maybe scout around a little bit, because if he'd have just scouted with one of those Hellions, saw this, he could have easily attacked that and terminated it first. But he's getting some upgrades, so it's definitely playing for mid-late game for sure. Getting some Thors out, making some Marines, so definitely Marine Thor play coming into play. And putting all his little supply depots down here in a nice little patch. He's actually building some more up here. Not getting supply blocked at all. A very good play. And some more drones being produced down here. Some Muta being built and an evolution chamber popping up. So I'm just going to speed it up for a second, because it looks like they're just going to macro for a little bit. Now he's got quite a bit of larvae built up, so whenever he wants to make a bunch of something, he can easily do that. And slow it back down. And we have these Mutalisks are going to go over here and do some harassing as soon as they come out. And we have 2 Thor out and a missile turrets. These Muta are going to get shit down. Min is going to have to go somewhere else to kill some stuff from Muta. He's got 1 missile turret here, so he's going to need a lot more Mutalisks than that if he wants to do any type of harassing. But, oh wow, taking a lot of damage from those 2 Thors. That was ridiculous. And those Mutalisks have to go back home, lick their wounds, and ask this Queen for some transfusion. They're going to have to say pretty please. But just right now, just using the Mutalisks, not really doing any more harassing, more kind of just like scouring the map. And our Terran players, he's still not aware of that expansion, unfortunately. 3 Overlords hanging out over here. Not sure what they're doing, but Terran player, is he going to push out with this build? With this army composition, maybe. It'd probably be a pretty good time. They're the Banelings, okay. I think he just scouted all those Marines, and he's aware that there are a lot of Marines. And with just 4 Thors, you really won't be able to take out the Marines or the Banelings with just Thors, because they kind of shoot slow. Of course, they can kill the Banelings, so it's just going to come down to micro. But he can maybe micro those Marines fairly well and just let the Thors absorb all the Baneling damage and kill the Banelings. We'll see how that plays out, throwing in some Roaches, and Siege Tech actually being researched, 2 Siege Tanks being built. So our Terran player not playing too terribly aggressive, just playing passive and building another expansion. Really wanted to take this into the late game. More barracks being placed, still pumping out of those 2 factories pretty well. Probably a smart decision to add on more barracks, just because he is planning on adding another base, and you definitely want to have all those production capabilities up as you go. And using a scan, going to take out some creep tumors just to stop the progression of that creep into his side of the map. We'll probably see him come down here and maybe stop those too. And finally sending a scout marine out, but oh no, he got shut down by those Roaches. Definitely want to take the more scenic route back through here whenever you want to do scouting. Don't run by the middle where all the units are usually positioned around the Zelnaga Tower. And 1 Marine hanging out up here. I guess he was scouting. Wow, actually almost killed that Mutalisk, because those are still so low. I'm surprised he hasn't came back to base and used those Queen's extra energy for some transfusion, but going to come back here, snipe a SCV. Getting lucky right there. Really great timing. He's going to get all 3 of those. Wow, nice. He could actually probably force cancel on all of those. There you go. Cancels all 3 of those. So really great timing there by MinPrime. And Terran player just A-moving back there saying, I'm going to get you. And the Zerg player actually pushing out. Bailing speed up. Tanks separated fairly well, but there's nothing to back them up. Unfortunately, getting really bad position, having to stem, and oh no, this is not going to go well for our Terran player. Oh my gosh, those Marines are just getting slaughtered by those Banelings Roaches. Roaches coming in. And Roach is trying to take down those Thors at the top, but I think it's going to be too much. I think those couple of Thors will be able to fight the rest of this off. It might have been smarter in retrospect, at least to just pull back those Roaches as soon as he killed off these units here and not try to suicide on these Thors, because those 3 Thors are just ridiculous against Roaches. But wow, doing so much damage, they're wiping out all those Marines. That Zerg player just came in with perfect timing. He kind of distracted him with these, there we go. Distracted him with the Muta, and then while he was worried about the Muta, he comes in with the rest of his army. Banelings all over the place and just crushes that whole Marine army. Those Marines didn't even get to do very much damage. But the Thors ended up getting a lot of kills. Actually, is that 11 kills on each of them? Yeah, it is. 11 kills on each. Pretty nice. And another expansion being placed on him for a Zerg player. He's got to feel pretty confident about that. He's aware that the Terran opponent only has, at the end of that fight, only had 3 Thors, which isn't going to be anything to that he's going to want to attack with. I mean, it would be so easy for MinPrime just to make a whole bunch of Zerglings or Roaches and crush that at any moment. And with the Planetary Fortress just now being finished and throwing down a bunch of mules, he might have been saving those for this gold base to be finished. We'll never know. And when putting up the siege tank here, got 2 attack upgrades on his mech. So wow, those guys are total badass. And wow, even got 2 attack upgrades on his ground units, ground infantry. More Banelings, even some Queens being pulled out to replenish all those creep tumors. Wow, he's just pulling the whole fleet of Queens out. He really wants to get that creep all over the map, and just has about a couple, just using these couple of Muta. Actually, I think he did bring those back to get healed because they are all full life. Actually, no, here are the weak ones. But he did add a couple more. I'm just gonna go pick off some more units. He's keeping an eye on this expansion over here, and the 3 attack for each the ground infantry and tanks are being upgraded for our Terran player. So he's gonna have amazing upgrades. He's definitely playing for late game on this map. And our Zerg player, he's teching up the Hive, so we might see some Ultralisks or Broodlords coming up later. And he's going to be able to snipe that off. Nope, doesn't look like it. I think he saw it. Yeah, he did see it, but he's not even going to bother with it. Just trying to peek in with these Mutalisks, just get some vision with these Mutalisks, and keep an eye on what he's up against. He knows his opponent is at 4 bases. We'll be at 4 bases soon, so he's definitely ahead of him in economy. We can check the economy. 75 workers to 57, so definitely lead in economy. Just trying to snipe some maybe tanks or something with those Muta, but our Terran player has a really nice spread of tanks and Thors and Marines all around his tanks, so really nice spread. Even pulling some Infestors into his army composition. He's aware his opponent is getting quite a few Marines, so these Infestors will be pretty nice. I think he actually has that upgrade for Infestors, which will allow him to get that. Where is that thing at? Oh, there it is. Is he getting a Neural Parasite? Okay, yeah, he already does have the other upgrade, I think. And we have some Muta attacking up here with some Zerglings, but nope, too many Marines, and that missile turret is going to pull back those, make those Mutas pull back. But it looks like those Zerglings didn't whop up all that. They're going to be able to. Are they actually going to get that CV? No, it's going to be so close. Oh, he actually does survive. Marines coming from behind, but he did force a stem on all of those units, dealing quite a bit of damage just for 3 Zerglings. Pushing up 1 tank and 2 Marines, taking out some creep tumors. A lot of creep tumors on the map. Very nice creep spread. All the way over here to the left side of the map, even having 1 Baneling hanging out down here. And just not much going on. This Terran player playing really slow and methodical, and our Zerg player not being really over-aggressive either. He's getting all his upgrades, even getting a greater Spire, and still hasn't got that Overlord speed yet. Kind of confused why he hasn't. With this composition he's up against, it would be really easy for our Zerg player to get that upgrade for Overlords, the speed upgrade and the speed upgrade. Oh, there's the Baneling showing up out of nowhere, coming out through the high grass saying, surprise! And then taking out 3 Marines. But these Marines are definitely overstemmed. They need to go back home and get... Oh no! Huge fight coming up here at the top. Some Neural Parasites going down. Baneling, so many tanks in the back. Wow, I think the Zerg player is going to get crushed by just the sheer number of tanks. He's going to have to fall back those Neural Parasites. Did put a handle on those Thors, allowing those Mutas to get in there, but man, that Terran army, 3 attack upgrades for both. Throwing some foam growths down just to try and get away, but man, that Terran army is a beast. Attacking straight into that, not the smartest idea from our Zerg player. Like I was trying to say from before, it would be so easy for our Zerg player just to get the sack upgrade for the Overlords, the speed upgrade for the Overlords, and just drop right here in his base. I mean, you have to consider his opponent is going all these tanks, and if you just dropped in a whole bunch of Roaches and Zerglings, or even Nidus, like look at this, Nidus, no vision down here, easy Nidus. He can Nidus in there and just do so much destruction to his opponent's production. Even killing tech labs with roaches will slow down your opponent. It'll cause this whole army to be pulled out of position, and then you can come in here and strike at this expansion, or just any expansion for that matter. And we got to drop down here at the bottom. Those Marines and Marauders taking out this, so he has to be aware of. Yeah, he's aware of both those at the point, but all those are getting shut down. A big roach army coming in to attack upgrades, and now we got some Marine tank, Thor pushing great fungal growth. Wow, that covered everything. And it looks like our Terran player is trying to push up through the map. He's going to control the Zelnaga Tower, and that's going to be bad news for our Zerg player. We got some roaches, banelings being produced, and even a Broodlord. And taking out this other expansion, but it looks like it may get shut down. These Marines are overextending too far away from the tanks. They're way out of tank range, but getting picked up by the medevacs. They will get saved. So the pressure is now on for a Zerg player. He's going to have to pull out a really nice army, but he's got a bunch of Broodlords. I think it's like 5 or 6 Broodlords, and our Terran player, fortunately, only has 2 Thors for AA and a handful of Marines, which isn't going to be enough. He's going to have to make some Vikings or something for that matter. Hydraliscadin being produced now, and 7 Corruptors, so he's expecting more and more Broodlords. And let's see what he can do with these Broodlords. He's got 5 up here, and Roach is pushing in. Doesn't really need to push on those Roaches yet until there's some type of deal with those tank-friendly fire damage on those Marines. Does so much damage. He just did lose 2 Broodlords, but unfortunately that's not going to be enough. This other one pushing down here from the bottom. And those Thors, you're actually going to take one of those Thors out just from the friendly fire from those tanks. Does so much damage. You got to remember these tanks with that 3 attack upgrades are dealing friendly fire damage to units that are right next to those Broodlings when those tanks do attack. So just with 5 Broodlings or Broodlords, he's pushed back this entire army. And he just really, it's like wow, he really overmade tanks, especially. This late in the game, you definitely have to anticipate your opponent will get Broodlords eventually, especially if you show you're getting a whole bunch of tanks. I mean, it would be the natural thing to expect. Siege tanks, and thinking ahead, he's getting Hydralisks to deal with the incoming Vikings, so our Zerg player definitely thinking ahead. But we have 2 Vikings out, and they're going to be able to snipe both of these Broodlords probably before they can get home. And at the same time, we've got another expansion being produced up here and a missile turret being placed, but these Vikings are going to get all the glory for taking out these Broodlords that destroyed an entire army. Hydralisk, Corruptors, Infestors, and that thing is going to get killed. Oh no, he's actually going to make it, luckily for him. And we need the Fungal Growth coming down somewhere. Viking or Corruptors pushing up. Fungal Growth did get down, very nice. He's going to shut down most of those Marines with 3 attack upgrades, 1 armor upgrade, 2 more Vikings coming in. And unfortunately, all the Corruptors, actually there they are, they didn't know where they were going, they're pushing up here, and they're going to fungal, or actually not fungal, growth, corrupt those Vikings are going to fall back. And you definitely want to pull those tanks out of siege mode when Broodlings are out, just because friendly fire damage will do more damage than the actual Broodlings will do themselves. And Hydralisk coming in, they're going to provide some protection, AA for those, and sieging up, but now he's going to have to, sieging up to kill the Hydralisk, but unfortunately, the friendly fire damage is hurting his own unit. And he's going to kill that other one with more Vikings showing up. This just turned into a straight air-to-air battle with ground units kind of just being caught in the crossfires. And this is a pretty intense battle in the middle of the map. We're probably going to need to see some more creepy push-ups so those Hydralisks have more speed. And this Corruptor coming out. All the Broodlords are now dead, but Roaches are still alive. And that tank number count has dropped considerably. You can look at unit loss tab. Wow, 29,000 for a Zerg player, 23,000 for a Terran player. So many units have been made. Unit tab, okay, we got 4 Hydralisks out, no Broodlords, just some Corruptors, 16 Roaches are out. And we have another dropped strike force coming down here at the bottom, but already prepared MinPrime leaves some Hydralisks, but oh no, he's going to lose some Corruptors, unfortunately, but man, these Marines are so badass. 6 of them just trashing those Hydralisks. Roach is going to come out. Will they even be enough to stop this? Looks like they will be, and they're forced to fall back. They got 3 armor upgrades, so those Roaches are extremely beefy. He did leave those 3 Hydralisks, I guess, down to stop that little attack, but they weren't enough to stop it. He'll probably leave some more Roaches. Maybe he'll leave some burrowed Roaches. Actually, he doesn't even have burrow yet. Just scouting with 1 Roach. I guess he's going to scout this expansion. He hasn't seen it yet, but he's going to check it out. And he can just put this Roach right back here and pick off any of the units, but no, he's not paying attention. That Roach is going to get picked off. Yeah, Planetary Fortress can't shoot way back here against a ranged unit, so if you want to, you can just put like a Roach back here and keep all these units away from mining. We have a medevac down here. I think he had 2 tanks and he was going to go drop it at some point, but I might have missed that, sorry. There's a lot of action going on in this game. Putting down some spine crawlers, 3 spine crawlers being put up just to defend this 1 base. No player has yet taken the island yet. We've got a bunch of upgrades being had for both players. There he's getting that sack upgrade, speed upgrade, attack 2 upgrade, adrenal gland upgrade, and Ultralisk Cavern being researched or actually built. It's kind of slacking. He's slacking on the creep tumors at this point. A bunch of infestors coming out. He could easily throw down quite a few creep tumors with this queen, or actually into this queen's zealot. A huge amount of energy at this point. There's quite a bit of larvae built up. Really doesn't need to do too much injection with the amount of hatcheries he has, even though it would probably be smart. And oh wow, fungal growth going down on those Vikings. That one crashing and burning. Just too much goo on him. And that one Hydra is actually going to be able to kill it. Yep, yeah, he does. Actually, did that queen get it? I think that queen might have got that kill. Hard to tell. Too many kills going around. And what do we got being researched yet? That speed upgrade, adrenal glands, almost done. Throwing up some missile turrets. All over the place, protect against those overlord drops that are probably going to be incoming pretty soon. He does have that upgrade. And what is he going to be dropping? Ultralisks, maybe? It'd be nice to drop some Ultralisks back in his main production facility building. A lot of Vikings being out now, so we love seeing this tech from Broodlords to Ultralisks, because it causes your opponent to get all the Vikings, and then once they have all the Vikings, you switch your Ultralisks, and then Ultralisks crush Vikings, especially if they decide to land. So we're going to have an attack here. I'm not sure if he's going to try to do these Vikings, because he actually is going to land Vikings to fight Spine Crawlers. Okay, maybe not. I guess he figured out that was a horrible idea, and he's just going to pick off some Overlords. And actually, Supply Block, excuse me, Supply Block, our Zerg player at the moment. Chitinous plating just got completed. Both players now are looking to take the final last base for each player on the side of the map. We got a drone down here in the bottom right part, and morphing into a planetary fortress at the top. And here we got the drop coming, just flying straight over those missile turrets. And we got roaches, ultras all over the place. Really no point to get Hydralisks. Roaches and Ultralisks to this point are going to crush it. He's going to get that. There's so much repair going on. I can't see it. There's too many HP bars in the way. There he finally just did drop it. I'm going to crush this entire attack. And he's going to need to get out of there before the Terran army shows up. There's really no point in continuing this attack. He did his damage. The smart thing would be to run away. Maybe he's going to throw up a Nidus Worm and hightail it out of there. And actually, I don't think he can, because he doesn't have a Nidus Worm, but he can easily pull these Overlords back and bring them back in for the retreat by air. And our Terran player isn't going to go up there. He actually is going to go up there. It's probably not a smart move. There's not anything else up here to save, and his opponent is flying away. So it would have been a nice moment for those Vikings to show up there to kill all those Overlords, and he could have easily... Oh, is he going to get one? That's going to be an Overlord kill. Boom, one Overlord kill. Oh, he drops it, saves it the last second. MinPrime going to lose a lot of Overlords, though. He's going to be supply blocked. These Vikings are just having a day. They're just having conversations about who can get more Overlord kills at this point. And the Queen's trying to save them, but... and actually falling back. Where are you going with these Vikings? Oh, here we go. Fungal growth was coming, so... He probably made the smarter decision to leave at that point and just take the kills you got, get out of there, stay alive, and push back. So, man, we're getting really close to max upgrades on tanks and infantry. This is getting pretty scary. We got some Overlords from the middle, just doing a little scouting, I guess. And one SCV is going to hang out here, say hello to the Infestor, say hello to the Hydra, and the Hydra's going to say hi back and kill him. Vikings coming up. Oh, getting huge fungal growth, throwing down some Infested Terran. And oh no, these Vikings are just having the worst day. And, oh, another fungal growth going down. Oh my gosh, terrible, terrible damage. And Vikings is dying. Oh wow. Oh well, good news is that opens up his, so many tanks. Holy cow, look at that. How many tanks is that? That is so many tanks. Wow. But there's probably good news for losing those Vikings, because now he can switch into making open up more food for anti-ground army. The only thing he will have to worry about is of course, if his opponent switches back to Broodlords, and in that case, he doesn't have hardly any AA, and that'd probably be the smart decision to do now. We'll see what he's going to go for. These Ultralisks are going to be 5-3 upgrade, and he's attacking straight into these tanks. Fungal growth going to kill all those Marines and splash, but oh my gosh, that was a horrible attack for the Zerg player. Oh my, wow. This was an example of a bad attack for a Zerg player. A good attack for the Zerg player was the one whenever he attacked at the top up here and just killed everything and has almost no losses. That attack right there was probably an attack that looks like it's going to lose him the game. Look at all these tanks. He's just like sieging everything. All there is tanks I can see. He probably has more tanks than Marines at this point. And he's making more Ultralisks. Oh no. Okay, he's at least making Corruptors. Hopefully he'll upgrade those into Broodlords. That's going to be his only chance to fight this off. There are so many tanks, and it would just be awesome to see like 10 Broodlords come out and just kill all his whole army again, like we saw earlier in the game. It was a little bit mistake here. Got some uncontrolled drones. You can easily transfer those to that new expansion he has down there at the bottom. And also, it's popping up at the worst possible position. Even though they're maxed upgrade, they're just falling extremely fast to these 2-3 Marine Marauder combo. And we got a drop going on, but he's got a whole bunch of missile turrets to deal with, so he's going to have to drop these very quick before he loses it. Oh no, it's a dead Ultra. And it looks like we're going to have some dead roaches. Oh, actually this one's festers maybe. And he's just bringing in everything. Oh no, another dead Ultra. Oh wow, he dropped those two. Wow. That was an extremely high cost of admission to get into this base. And Terran's just going to fly away and say, haha. But this Terran player is going to push up here and kill all the tech buildings for our Zerg player, and at that point he's just going to be completely screwed. He's trying to rebuild all his tech buildings over here before he loses his hive. Smart move, but at this point we can check the food count. 187 food for our red Terran player and only 109 for MinPrime. A little bit of an army pushing down here, going to apply pressure to this. Already mined out of gas on this like 4th base. That is crazy. This game has gone on so long. This Terran player played extremely well this whole game. Only had a little bit of trouble with the Broodlords, so the Broodlords are out, and these Broodlords are going to get ridiculous numbers of kills. Look at this Broodlords, but those Marines are actually dealing quite a bit of damage. He's really going to have to focus them. And he lost 3 or 4 Broodlords already, but he's going to lose so many units out of this. Actually, while those things are getting out-healed, no, they're not. Okay, but even with those 2 Broodlords out, I think he's got way too many tanks to deal with this. Trying to rebuild that Spire. But no, it's going to get shut down, unfortunately. You can't get those Corruptors out, or not even a Greater Spire anytime close. That is the one problem going with Broodlords this late in the game, that it's really easy just to snipe that Greater Spire and just completely deny a whole tech tree to your Zerg opponent. I mean, even if it costs you, 2 medevacs all full of Marauder, it's this late in the game, it's totally worth to deny a Greater Spire to your opponent, because they're forced to ground units and then your tanks will dominate. So just a couple of Ultras trying to save their last mining base. There we have the GG from MinPrime. So our Terran player just kind of sitting back at some points and just letting his opponent make bad mistakes and bad fights. Like this one here, that was the key decision for losing the game. And this attack up here was really smooth. It stopped the expansion. He did a lot of damage, took almost no damage, and actually we almost had a whole bunch of SCVs die from up here from the sneaky fungal growth attack. But he probably should have done some more dropping a little bit sooner. He could have dropped up here in this base anytime. I mean, there's no missile turrets. There is nothing stopping this base from being completely destroyed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and all that good stuff. I'm going to probably cast another game maybe tomorrow. If not, I'll see you guys later.